There's a new report finding red states recovered faster from the pandemic than blue states. And the margin is not even close. Look at here. Red states gained 341,000 jobs in the last 2.5 years, while blue states actually lost 1.3 million jobs in the same period. So let's bring in Fox News contributor Sean Duffy, former Republican congressman. Hey, so Sean, one of the things is, like, this makes intuitive sense. It seems like it's just common knowledge that this would happen if you have a more open economy. You bring people back to work sooner, you open up the schools, and now we have the proof.
Yeah, right. So, lower taxes, less red tape, more freedom, better weather has driven more companies to red states, whether it's Texas, Florida, Tennessee, North Carolina have all seen substantial job growth where, the Californias, New Yorks, New Jerseys have seen, this lackluster recovery and still a deficit in jobs. And again, it's not just companies, Dana, but the pandemic and technology has allowed people to kind of move with their feet. I can keep a job in New York, but live in Texas or Florida. I can have a San Francisco tech job, but live in Texas or Florida or Tennessee. And that has allowed people to pick up and move to better places. And to your point, again, more freedom is an attraction to more companies and more individuals. And what concerns me about this is Democrats want to take, these failed liberal blue state policies and make them the policies of the nation. And instead of going to a different state, companies and people will then go to different countries with their jobs and set up shop where there is more freedom and lower taxes and less red tape. And again, it's not just a state by state, it's a country by country play. And that's why it's so important that we support free enterprise and lower taxes and less regulation in this country, which is the exact opposite of what Democrats want to have happen nationally.
Yeah, I think what you talked about there is very interesting, Sean. You mentioned technology. Clearly, that's the issue, and it continues to develop. But coming out of the pandemic, this great migration is something that we're going to be talking about decades from now. And you look at the states that have gained: Florida, Texas, North Carolina. You look at the states that have lost: California, New York, Illinois. People are making decisions in real time for what is best for them and their family economically today.
Yeah, Caterpillar has left Illinois, Honeywell out of Minnesota, Tesla out of California, all going to Texas. And again, I think what's important to note and what's concerning is if you take the liberal policies of the state you disliked and you take those same policies to a Texas or to a Florida and you vote the same liberal way you did in Illinois, you're going to get another Illinois in Texas. And it's important, when you come to a conservative state that's giving you an environment for success and freedom, continue to vote to preserve those policies. Don't continue to vote these leftist policies in this great state that you're moving to, because it will give you less freedom. It'll give you more red tape. And again, I think that's the concern of these states. Who's coming in and how are they going to vote? And are they going to change the very dynamic that are bringing people for freedom and opportunity in the state to a blue state mentality? And again, hopefully that freedom seeps into their blood in how they vote in elections.
Sean, it's interesting that I was just thinking about Governor Newsom running ads in Florida telling people to come back to California. It's just so preposterous that people would think that, given that they just left there for a better place. Thank you so much. Good to see you.
Thank you guys. Have a good one.
Thank you, Sean.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.